Yeah, so I sleep on a couch or whatever. And so it's even like this energy, like I said, about I guess I could go in the room, but again, he like to, have like the fan on, the door lock, you got a lock code on it, everything like that. And so I like, for me, I can't, I got to know what's going on throughout the house. So it just doesn't work. I can't have children outside in the house. I mean, I don't see who can. That's what also bothers me. I don't see who can do that. I couldn't be with a fan on full blast with the door locked and all these things and going on or whatever in the room and have my children out about in the house and stuff like that in the middle of the night. Okay, so I mean, not to knock anybody that can. I'm pretty sure plenty of people sleep like that or whatever. But like I said, because of that incident, it had me more of a watch person in the night. Which could have maybe messed with my sleeping pattern too. Right? But then after dealing with that, I went through that, I dealt with that or whatever. It didn't strike me anymore. But the one thing that struck me is this manager of the building, of the apartment building. I don't know, he was always kind of strange or whatever. Because it made me think about my daughter just having to move out of her apartments because her person was kind of strange, right? And she said she went online and looked at him and she seen that he had like, some image of like cross-dressing or whatever, and she thought maybe he was messing around in her clothes and stuff like that. So, it's a good thing she got out of there. But with this manager at this apartment, I remember he used to act some kind of way with me, right? Because you wonder if these people have been already planted around here for a very long time. And it's like, I remember when the police came and everything, then he said, oh, you have to, what did he say? He said, next time something like that happened, come and get me first. And I'm like, what the fuck did you mean? Was it you? You know what I'm saying? Like, who would say such a thing? Like, I want somebody about to come up in my window because the window was cracked a little bit, right? So who knows what could have happened had I not known or had I fall asleep right there on that couch. All right. So again, I went through the healing process of healing from that or whatever and got over it, but it's still just more comfortable for me just being a mom. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, and having daughters, it's just always, and then plus we used to live in such a small house that is damn near, I would be in the same room as the bedroom. You see what I'm saying? It was like right down the hallway, a couple steps. So what was I going to say? And plus I was like a night owl that stay up and and he have to have like a strict, sleeping schedule or whatever. So again, that started making me think about like little things that were coming up, like in my feed or in my visions or my dreams or whatever about like this person, right? It's almost like somebody trying to show me somebody in that appearance, almost to like show me something. I don't know what they be. Why would they be wanting to show me that? You know what I'm saying? But that's just has been that whole as above, so below, do as thou wilt. And then also this whole energy of, you can trust me, but you can't trust me. You can trust me. You put your hand out, your hand gets smacked. Trust me, take my hand. You take the hand, smack. So again, that just let me know like, okay, so maybe that's a sign. All right. But I know that people can change, repent, and have a change of heart. Some people may not be aware. I feel like the higher up you are, the more people have been dealing with the minds of these individuals. Okay. The higher rank you are in society, the more chance you have to be to, let's just call it, be white. It's like a wipe out or a wipe clean or something like that. Oh, shoot. You forgot to turn it off. So, again, we're going back to Sneaky Pete, the 10, the 7 of, I think it's the 7 of Swords, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all could correct me.
You made me burn my egg.
I'm sorry. I think people got, heard me talking about being a tattletale or whatever to a certain extent. And I feel like now, whoever these people are, they might have been watching the background. They may be still watching, but they may be watching like, oh no, we might have to unplug. We might have to turn the lights out. Before the lights might have to go out. And then it's part of me that's like, just be calm and be careful with what you're doing or whatever, because, there are some good ones out there. So, anyways, so again, this makes me think about, okay, so what does that name lead to? And then it leads to tense, doesn't it? Now, just because I'm saying something about this particular last name, this family, everything, thing, right? It doesn't matter. Mean I'm saying it's all good. I think that, again, let's talk about tethered people. You see what I'm saying? Because in my mind's eye, I look back, especially now since I see these readers and stuff like this, some of their faces. I'm like, I know that person from another lifetime. Now, I know we're talking about next lifetime or another lifetime. We're talking about, like, you can sense somebody's energy when you meet them. But I'm talking about facial recognition now. Like something happened here that froze time. You hear me? And messing with and manipulating DNA. Some people must have been tethered, and others were let going free to populate. So some group of families in the likeness of these group of families were given the keys to go and multiply, populate, and do whatever, run the world or whatever. But I feel like this is that energy of now something happened where somebody went back in and then, you know, locked up the other person and then they got out. It kind of made me think, if we just keep it real and we just go there, is this something that they could have did to God after Genesis 1? Because now I'm thinking about the energy of this masculine that came back in telepathically, and I had to put it all together myself. You know what I'm saying? That this is somebody that I knew from another lifetime. Like their name or whatever. I've been trying to kind of relay that to this person without being too obvious. Damn. It's kind of like after Klaus wiped clean Elijah's mind and sent him on his way, and then he met up with that one girl from New York, which I don't know, her energy and the connection reminds me of me and this masculine's connection, but I feel like it's something about 1921, 1917, 1928, something like this. You know what I'm saying? So again, some of these things go far, far back. Like me and you go way, way back. So I don't know. I thought the reason why this presence was here is because they knew already who I was. You know? But part of me make me think maybe they didn't. But I know I see at least, I have matched up at least 5 people that I know for a fact, whether their skin tone is different or not, it seemed like they didn't age a day. They look exactly like they did in 1995. And if I look at who they are today, the ones that would still be around me, or I would have access to them if I needed to go to their house, if I look at them then and look at them now, I'm hearing like, look at me now. Okay? There's a drastic change. Now, if you had these 2 people next to each other, you know, okay? But this is me telling you something weird happened on Earth. With some different types of beings. They have been here. The invasion already been going on. Shit, it might be where they about to leave already. They feel like their work is complete. For the past 10, 15, 20, 12 years. causing all this chaos and confusion amongst the earth, mentally, internally, wounds, like I'm thinking about scars and wounds, like of the heart and stuff like that. But I feel like whoever these energies are, or these creatures or these beings are, which we all are pretty much creatures now. We've all been tampered with or altered to a certain state. DNA through antidotes or whatever, these kind of things. And just so happens, even going back to Fauci and his history and, dealing with this vid and, that propaganda about, HIV or whatever back in the day. I'm just saying. It's scary when you think about this, because it's almost giving me mad scientist vibes. And what does this even consist of? You see what I'm saying? If billions of dollars worth of this equipment was left behind enemy lines, and everybody's sitting there waiting for them to go and take out COVID, right? And then they realize they can't. All the mechanism, all the thing they've been trying to do can't. Like, this is a self-healing individual. This is somebody that's here to stay. You could even hear him on the media a couple months ago saying, looks like COVID is here to stay with us. Like, it's just a thing. But every time when they say that, it makes me offended, because I feel like I know that it's the breath of God. I know it's a sense of judgment or something here. They can make it like it's not a big deal, but I know that being a part of this with a higher energy or a higher power, calling these people out at the top for what I saw that they were doing to the people at the top and the bottom, the rich and the poor. With contracts and blackmail, and it just got so bad that I feel like something higher than all of us called me out to try to be one of those people that would call this stuff out. And I feel like there's a lot of animosity maybe with people maybe above, or felt like they missed out or lost out on something then. So I feel like this is some kind of energy where some angels have taken it upon themselves to pay back that most high energy. Because they can. They have, again, it's like that lady was saying on that movie. We got this pack or whatever, and you don't even know how many of us and how deep it is. So even the good guys could be against my energy on this earth right now. But because of what's being spewed, if it wasn't for what was being spewed and the fact that it can only come from here, you might be able to spread out the honey or the nectar a little bit, but they're always going to have to come back to it. That's the punishment. You're going to have to deal with it. Yes, she's here to stay. Well, damn, that ain't going to do nothing but put a bigger target on my back. But I'm just saying. Now, when they didn't die, they multiplied on our land. Now, the ones you're trying to kill, that's the less. And it's not because of their numbers, because they the less, are about to go ahead and spring up now. Now, this may not be in numbers, but this may be in action. This is some type of competition. And they looking to call out a whole bloodline. This may not even be physical, but this may be by documents, paperwork. This might be the sleight of hand by somebody's signature.